That's a great shot going
Is
live.
that how we started?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Nights of the Yawn Watch.
Of the Yawn Watch.
Otter's taking a nap.
We just finished watching Big Little Lies Season 2, Episode 4, entitled She Knows.
She knows.
What she knows, we don't know.
She knows.
We never heard it.
Did they say it?
I think it
don't
was.
think they did.
I think it was during. I think Bonnie said it when they were all talking, because the detective, when they were talking about the detective came into the hospital. I think when we were all talking, I think she said, "She knows."
She knows.
She is feeling guilty about. The guilt is closing in on her like walls.
I'm Audie.
I'm Zach.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Crystal.
I'm Mark.
We are the Nights of the Drunk Watch.
And
now
now
our
our
talk
talk
begins.
begins.
Continues.
So, in this episode, we find out that Mary Louise,
Her too.
Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep, and the title role of Mary Louise, went to her lawyer, Patrick Shanahan, Dennis O'Hare.
I've just referred to all these characters by their real names.
Right?
It's a lot easier, I agree.
So the whole big plot is, I'm coming to take your kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I think that I'm wondering, like, obviously, I haven't seen the first 3 episodes because I'm super behind, so any comments I make are probably useless.
No, they're not.
But I'm curious, like, what exactly happened between the mom and Alexander Skarsgård to make him into what he is. Like, I feel like maybe this is where it's headed.
So you haven't. We have not seen that.
We haven't seen
Yeah,
anything
no,
like that.
like,
we have not seen anything to kind of exemplify their relationship, other than that he was her little angel.
All the
Yeah,
time.
and she refuses to believe any bad things that people are saying about him.
so it's maybe that she just taught him that
And-
nothing he does has consequences.
And we found out
Pretty
that
much.
she also
Very
lost
Joffrey.
a son. So there was an
Okay.
older son that she
in
lost.
the accident thing
An accident
that they were talking about tonight.
Her husband blamed her for and left her.
Right.
We talked about that
Okay.
tonight.
And
So,
so
I'm wondering if from this stemmed either some kind of sexual abuse or like just a strained
Abuse in
relationship with the
general?
mother.
Well, and I think it's just the power of her denial is very strong.
Yeah.
So if there were signs like him abusing animals or abusing other kids,
Yeah, he's not a serial killer.
well,
But
I mean, there are signs that you're going to be an
if-
abusive
if
person.
His father treated his mother the way
Right.
he treated Celeste.
That's true.
It's learned behavior. That's where Max got it from
Right.
his father.
Right.
And if she is so completely in denial
Which
that
she is.
that abuse was anything but abuse, you know? I mean, to her, not her son's abuse. Just
Right.
then it would make sense that Perry would have learned that behavior from his father.
From his father. Yeah.
I just feel like
That probably reinforced her denial of
Right.
husband and wife relations.
Right.
like story-wise, it would probably elevate the importance of her trying to take Celeste's kids away if something she did directly turned Alexander into a monster. I just feel like
What do you mean?
so with her coming after the twins, I think her having whatever it is, whether it's the deep denial or
saying
something.
Meryl Streep.
Yes.
Yes.
I think we're going to find that out.
I think whatever she did to Alexander is going to be the crux.
Well,
I
think it was just.
or
I think
whatever.
it was
What's his
just
name?
her-
Peter. What's his fucking name in the show? Peter, right?
Perry.
Perry.
I think we're going to find out that it was just the neglect and denial, and that she felt so bad that she had to leave her husband and he had no dad, that she just.
Or she took
Mother-
out her
the
hatred for the.
Suffocated him?
Or
Well-
she took out her hatred for the husband against the
No,
kid.
I think she just mothered him so much that she just didn't see. She never disciplined him.
Or she may have disciplined, when she did discipline him, she disciplined him harshly.
Yeah,
Maybe.
because she
And
wasn't
she
doing
was
enough,
almost
so
like a
she
nun,
was.
a stereotype.
Yeah.
Yeah, of like, so like everything was like, you are a hero. Oh, you did something wrong. Come here.
I think
Like,
the only reason
don't
I
do
would
that again.
the only thing that proves to me against that is like the relationship she just had with the kids at the pizza place. Like I feel like that would have been a moment to give us a hint of that, and they didn't really give us a hint of that, so I don't know.
But there was also that interesting, I guess, parallel is that, like with, gosh, dang it, what's his name? Skarsgård. It's like, yeah, I mean, as cruel as you saw him being to women, when he was with his kids, he was always a very good father, very,
very
playful,
affectionate.
very
That's
fun,
true.
affectionate, without being like weird or abusive.
And he
Yeah.
never had to punish his kids.
And it could be that there was. This is not. I'm not taking a side or condoning what he done, but maybe there was something in Celeste that triggered him from what his mom used to do.
Well, the only thing is, like, he's not just an abuser. He's also a rapist.
Right.
So he doesn't just, and he raped somebody that he didn't know, there was no established
And-
relationship. He didn't have time to manipulate her and all
Right.
that. There was just
And it was
rape.
during the time when they were trying to get pregnant.
Yeah. And the question is, why? And I think actually a good example of what you're saying of deep denial is where she's, telling Celeste, like, what did you do to make him rape her?
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
right.
what weren't you giving him?
Right.
Well, and also the thing that you've also missed, Audie, is the scene in one of the flashbacks. We see Perry and Celeste on an early date, and he's
Oh,
like
yeah.
checking off all the boxes. Oh, your parents are dead. You don't have any family. You're all
Oh,
alone in the world.
I just read a book about that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
He picked her out.
He
he
saw
picked
her
her out.
So
as someone
predator,
who,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did
totally
the-
isolated.
He did the very
She was
creepy.
pre-isolated.
Well, and then he isolated her from her job. He isolated her from
Yeah.
her friends.
Well, and he did the very creepy. Oh, so I'll have you all to myself.
That's very
Yeah.
standard.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Literally
they
said
made,
that.
he made her quit her job because they said the stress was what was causing all our miscarriages.
Yeah, right.
But
And so I think, it could just be that he never got corrected. It
Yeah.
seemed like he has a lot of aggression toward women.
Yeah.
Right?
And a lot of
So-
that probably stems from whatever
From-
his relationship is.
Right.
with his mom.
So not-
maybe
some-
he blames his mom for dad leaving. His dad leaving.
It's possible.
Or,
And
but
that's
you
why
know
he
what?
takes that
Here's
aggression
something
out of
trippy.
her.
She talked about, and he left me, and I was to fault, and I was to blame. What if she allowed every time Perry got angry at her about her brother's
He
death, she allowed
allowed him
him
to
to
hit
take
her?
his aggressions out on her?
Now that
That
would
is
be
messed
very
up.
interesting,
Oh.
though.
Because she feels like she's responsible. Yes,
Yeah.
you deserve to hit me. I
Or-
killed your brother.
Yeah.
Well, and that could balance out with Perry's ability to be really manipulative
Mm-hmm.
as well. Like if he's manipulating her, I don't know. However is happening, Meryl Streep is shady as fuck.
Yeah, wait till you catch up and see her
Oh my
monologues
God.
with Madeline and Celeste. Oh my god.
That side eye she gave Madeline tonight was y'all. It was like 3 or 4
I mean,
seconds of I'm following you.
And the
leading out
character,
the door.
Mary Louise, did not come to Monterey to just be the doubting mother-in-law. Like,
Yeah, no.
I'm just here to help with the cleaning and the cooking and just, she definitely
She came for them
here
kids.
with either for answers, to investigate, and maybe now ultimately to just completely take over.
Yeah.
And she's definitely she's going around Monterey painting a picture of Celeste
Right.
that she wants people to hear and see.
Yeah.
Right.
And so when they have to pick a jury or whatever, whatever's going to happen, I don't know.
She's got
Go to
existing
family
proof.
court.
Yeah.
I mean, she is playing it very smart. I mean, as far as how this is all going to play out in court. Like, she is getting all of the evidence that she needs.
And she's got super smart Dennis O'Hare on her side.
And she's
my
clearly
gosh,
trying to
yeah.
fill.
I mean, and of course, she does. In terms of Celeste's violence, though, there are no witnesses. There are no witnesses, I think, to her
Right.
slapping her or
Right.
to her
Or, yeah.
shoving Max when Max was bullying his brother.
His brother. Yeah.
right.
I just-
And she pushed him, saying, "You'll not be like your father," and he fell down and got a
I would have
beating.
pushed that little jerk too.
I just-
though.
Well, yeah. It's tough because that kid totally deserved it, but he was a kid.
They
Yeah,
do need somebody needs to get all of these kids some therapy.
Yeah, they
Like
all need
everybody
it.
needs some
Amabella
fucking
especially.
therapy.
Oh my god.
Oh, Amabella
Well,
is
she
therapy.
is getting therapy.
Everybody else needs some
She's-
therapy.
Having played
yeah.
It's a Little Bo Peep.
Uh,
I just. I
Poor
forgot what I was
kids are
gonna
gonna
say.
grow up with so many.
I will tell you, I don't give a
compulsions.
crap about Renata's storyline.
Oh, I
I mean,
don't
probably
either.
because I haven't watched a lot of it, but I just don't care.
I don't either.
I mean,
All
I
on
kind of.
DGA.
It's kind of, but it's like it's something that's happening. I think words. She's lost control. She has no control over this, right? It's something that she did not do, and she's getting all her toys taken away,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And she says it's about her daughter, but I mean, maybe that's half true. I
Well,
can't believe it's not partly about
It's
her.
an interesting choice again because they've had to pick storylines for these
Right.
women, and I guess for the first of all, like for Reese Witherspoon said from the beginning, she read this book, she saw 5 great parts for women, and she wanted to see something happen. So everyone needs a storyline, but having Renata kind of having a primary storyline this season is kind of interesting because her character was never meant to be likable.
Yeah, that's
She
true.
was always, last season, she was
The nuisance.
the villain of the
yeah.
piece.
Yeah.
You know,
Because she thought Ziggy was the one who bit her kid.
and
Yeah.
she was
Yeah.
like trying to get him expelled and signing petitions.
Right.
And,
I feel like maybe other than the fact that they're all friends, in the first season, all of their stories were a lot more integrated and layering upon each other, where in this one they
They're very
seem
isolated.
very, separated. And I
And
think
then
that's...
Bonnie's the one that bothers me.
Really?
I just don't.
I'm over Bonnie's
I'm kind
moping.
of over her mopiness.
well, and I think the problem with Bonnie is they're waiting too long to give us.
The story?
the thing,
story.
yeah.
Yeah, because they added a few episodes to this season.
Oh, did they?
Did you say it was more like
It's like 10, isn't it?
10
Yeah,
or
last
7?
time it was
So they've added
7
three
or 8,
episodes,
yeah.
2 or 3 episodes.
Oh, wow.
I can't do math.
I don't think
And
it. I don't think
so
it
8,
needed
9,
it.
10, yeah. So 3 more. So, but they've already hinted that something happened to Bonnie in the past.
Yeah.
And it makes sense that something happened to Bonnie in the past, that she would react the way she did
But
to-
then let's.
To
to
Perry.
run through
But
and push
let's-
Perry down the stairs.
But let's
They're
go ahead.
they're teasing us too long on it.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping
And then now
with
her
her
mom
mother's stroke
Yeah,
and the
it's-
flashes of her drowning, that will open the door finally
Yeah.
to make Bonnie more interesting, more than a mopey
And that seems like the center
Murder.
of the story.
murderess.
And
What?
I don't
The
care
drowning?
That's-
about Adam Scott and
No,
his
I
wife.
mean Bonnie's storyline seems like the central plot of the whole series, right? Because that central thing involves everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So if Bonnie ends up confessing, like Adi said, that will entangle everybody.
Yeah.
All these little minor problems are going to just be like washed away
Yeah.
because we now have to focus because we're being incriminated for
Well,
murder.
And I think that the detective is the medium for that. That detective needs to get in there and start fucking up people's lives in order to
She already
connect
has.
She already
I mean,
has,
Oh,
yeah.
clearly I
That's-
missed it,
That's
so-
what it's been.
She's showing up at the coffee shop and at the hospital. Well, the hospital was the first one, but she's been lurking though.
No, yeah,
She's
I
been
mean,
lurking
you
since
haven't
the
been-
beginning of the season.
She
Yeah.
was when
She kicked
Renata's
off the
husband
FBI.
was getting arrested outside the coffee shop.
she was there.
You could see her driving across the
It's
street.
clear she must have found something in her investigation and tipped the FBI.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Got it.
So I think she's probably doing a good job at pitting all of them against each other, whether intentionally or
Or
unintentionally.
intentionally, it doesn't matter.
She
yeah.
may be her kind of like,
Well, she's-
if I get them divided enough,
Or just causing stress. Just
Right,
causing stress
right.
in their lives to where they'll make a mistake about the story.
and I think Bonnie
But I
just
think
cracked a little bit.
I think the weak part about this is the idea of like they could have told the truth. Why couldn't they have told the truth? Bonnie was protecting all those women were
Yeah.
protecting Celeste.
Yes.
Bonnie's act was out of defense of another. But instantly, Madeline, they showed us today,
Made
Madeline
this-
was going, you didn't push him, no one
I don't
pushed him,
understand
no one
why.
pushed him."
Like, just
Yeah.
Well, I
fucking tell the
guess-
cops the truth.
If I was in that situation and we were all there and Adi pushed someone down the stairs, I wouldn't want to put all the burden on Adi. Like, oh, she pushed him. Like, I'm out
I
of
would
here.
be like,
saw
hey,
it.
But then,
Yeah.
but to fabricate this whole other brand new
No.
story,
But-
on
Like,
the spot, be
logistically, you cannot get 5 people to fully stay truthful to something. You just
They
can't.
have. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
So far.
they are this.
They're
close
very
to
close to
snapping.
Well,
crack.
but the
cracking
thing
and getting
is,
caught.
it's very. This story got to be very. Well, part of the problem was they presented the story to the cops before Bonnie got to speak,
Yeah.
and so then they told her this is what your friends are saying, and so Bonnie had to stick with the story.
Well,
Bonnie
wait,
probably would have fessed right up and started talking.
yeah.
about
that's
it.
It was
actually
self-defense. I
that's
fucking pushed him.
probably bad police work, though. You're not going to come in and say, "So your friends told us all these details of this story. Is that what happened?" You're going to sit down and say,
Yes.
"You tell me in your own words
Right.
what
Well, I
happened."
mean, I don't know that specifically. I mean, that was just what
Oh.
was talked about.
But-
That Bonnie was saying, you already got to have your say before I could say anything, so I
Right.
just stick with the story.
But you also open up Bonnie for manslaughter. Like, you can also open a charge up for manslaughter.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that opens that up. If we all just say, oh, he slipped and he fell,
Yeah.
no one's liable
Well,
for that.
and they would have had to.
It just happened to be next to a stair.
and
which
they
is-
would have had to
'cause
prove
they
that
didn't
he's a
deny that
terrible
they weren't
person.
fighting
Right.
because Celeste was covered in bruises. There was evidence of a
of a fight right then.
Right.
I feel at that point, whether or not you wanted to argue that he has abused her in the past, in that one moment right there where all 5 women saw him kicking her in the ribs, that proves the abuse.
But,
I mean,
but to bring about
the heat of the moment.
right? But my logic is with the detective, to bring about an indictment, I need one person.
Yeah, that's all you
Right?
need.
So that's the problem is right now we were all there and he slipped and he fell. She can't indict all of them for the same crime. She needs to have one smoking gun to say, because if Bonnie, you pushed him, so now we can indict
So
you.
the only way it comes out is if
all the rest are either
is if Bonnie confesses.
Of course she's
what's the word? Obstructed justice.
right. Of course she was self-defense.
And Bonnie's having trouble. Bonnie spent the whole summer in Tahoe trying to get over it.
How unfortunate.
But I think
in their summer home.
And I think, like Mark said, now in this instance, they're all obstructing justice. And the only person that might get away with it is Bonnie.
Right.
Because she was pressured and with the stress. And you could probably argue mentally that she had to toe the party line.
Yeah.
Right, mentally.
I enjoyed the party. That looked like fun.
It did look like fun.
Adam Scott was 100% correct.
I was totally down for that discount.
He read the whole room. This is all lies.
Yeah.
All pretending.
Yeah.
This is all bullshit.
Amabella was having a good time. So
Amabella needs to change her fucking name, man. I want to drive her to the court at 12 and go, Amabella, come on. We'll change it to just Annabella.
No, but that definitely sounds like something rich people would name their daughter.
No, most definitely.
Amma,
Straight.
Bella, but not Amabella.
Renesmee.
Oh my god. So, I hope. There's cracks happening.
I need intensity to happen. Right now, it's kind of blah.
Right now, the big thing is Meryl Streep's coming to take your kids. Hide your kids. Hide your wives.
Hide your bartenders.
Yeah, because
at least she got a sexy part.
Yeah, but hide your bartenders, for Christ's sake.
Literally hide them in your closet.
Hide 'em.
Okay, so I just looked up Amabella to see if the name really has any history. And the first thing that comes up is climate change anxiety is now part of growing up.
Oh, that's from the
Because
Charlotte's
that's from
Web.
the previous episode.
Because apparently Charlotte's Web is about sustainability and
Sausage.
saving water for climate
because
change.
Charlotte saved Wilbur's because they used too much water to make sausage.
What?
Yeah, don't.
Catch
I mean,
up
I've
on it. You'll love it.
I've never even seen Charlotte's Web because I can't watch that movie, but
it's
I
a
don't do
book,
spiders.
Actually, but okay.
But she's a good spider. She
I
saves his life.
DGAF.
You can watch a stage version of it.
Yeah.
My version of Charlotte's Web would be squash.
Oh, but there is the last scene
Okay.
where she
Raid.
has babies.
Little spider
All the
babies.
babies come out.
All right.
Amabella is a Latin name meaning beautiful, loving, or lovable.
I mean, that makes sense.
Latin
Amma.
as in Latin, not
Yeah,
Latino.
I mean, Amma and then Bella.
Still
so
stupid.
that makes sense.
It's still stupid. All right, Andy, let's go home.
Are we done?
I think so.
That's everything, yeah.
All right. So check us in next week. Well, I don't know. Check the schedule because
We'll be
we won't be
here.
here next week.
We're not going to be here next week, but we will be here on Wednesday doing Handmaid's Tale. We're going to do one talk back, and then hopefully I'll release at least one episode by Saturday. I don't know if I'll do both. And they'll get blocked immediately.
Yay!
Yay!
So we are the Nasty Drunk Watch.
And
now our talk
is
is ended.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.